financial discipline is very important because that's what separates between the men and the boys. That's what separates between intention and action. That's what separates between desires and manifestation. A lot of people know what to do, but they don't do it. A lot of people have plans, but they don't execute the plan, because plans don't execute themselves and goals don't fulfill themselves. People execute plan and people fulfill goals. So it's very, very important for us to understand that as covenant people. So the third stop is financial discipline. And because a lot of people lack financial discipline, they have not been able to come into a place where their desire for wealth becomes a reality. So today our focus will be on the principles of financial discipline. The principles of financial discipline. We want to look at some principles. There are many of them. You know, we have lots of books and materials that deal with that already. But there are principles that we want to explore today, just to help you to know how to position yourself when it comes to this aspect of financial discipline. Let's see how many of them we can explore within the time available to us this morning. The first principle of financial discipline we want to explore is the principles of savings and investments. The principles of savings and investments. Principles of what? Savings and investments. Discipline means that every money that comes into your hand, you don't spend it all. Go back to the YouTube channel and go and watch the series we did on developing a savings culture, part 1 to 5 last year. I've said it over and over again. If you don't save, you are not safe. What you save today will save you tomorrow. So save money. Save money. Every money that comes into your hand does not belong to you. A portion of that money belongs to your future. A portion of that money belongs to your today. A portion of that money belongs to your past. So don't waste money. Don't do that. As you are bringing in your tithe, also be bringing in savings. 10% tithe, 10% or 20% savings. Because there is nothing called future. We've said this over and over again. My future is bright, I will get there. It's a lie. Your future is not bright. It's not a cause. Nobody has a bright future. Why? There is nothing called future. The future is a concept. The future is an ideology. Today is the future you spoke about yesterday. Is it bright? Should be 10 years ago, you said your future is bright. We are here now, is it bright? So why all this religious deception? Just fooling yourself, giving yourself mental palliative. The future you create is the future you inhabit. Hello? So people have been waiting for a bright future and it didn't happen because they did not create the future. So they enter the future and discover it's a vacuum. Hello? So when I marry, my marriage is going to be a great marriage. It's a lie. There's no great marriage. There are only great people. There's nothing called great marriage. There are great people that build a great marriage. When you say you are going to have a great marriage, it's as if marriage is one great thing that you just go and acquire. No. If you are not great, the marriage will not be great. Marriage is a vacuum. Marriage does not have a character of its own. It takes on the character of those inside the marriage. When you have two happy people in a marriage, you have a happy marriage. You have two sad people, you have a sad marriage. You have two rich people, you have a rich marriage. You have two poor people, you have a poor marriage. You have two great people, great marriage. So you have to make it happen. You have a responsibility. So invest, save. How can you say you don't have savings? I don't know how to save. I don't know how to save. I was in Kaduna. And as we're preparing to go, one of the guys, my son and mentee, that was one of those that were planning the events, about 3 or 4 weeks before we traveled to Zaria, Kaduna for the Northern Mission, we were talking and he said, Daddy, something happened. I said, what happened? He said, I was on my way. Your people in the office sent book. I was on my way to pick your books And I parked the car. And I went, by the time I came out, it was like magical. I can't see the car anymore. I said, did you park it in a place where towing vehicle? Do they tow cars? Like maybe they have towed it. He said, I've gone around. I said, wow, it is well. So I prayed with him. I said, we'll see when I come. Because the very thing that came to my mind, I didn't want to say it on phone. This is a devourer. How can you? So I told him, I said, babe, can you imagine? The program we are going to do, the person helping, they have stolen the car. So am I to buy a car for him now? Or what was the implication of that? I said, but I'm sure the guy is not a tither. Oh, le ma tithe, so when I found, I said, so sit down. I said, you are a pastor. You are a minister of the gospel. I've known you for years. I said, let's talk about this, your car that they stole. Are you a tither? Do you tithe? I said, because I want to enter covenant with you now. And if you are a tither, let's see God. Let's give God 30 days. Moto yema show up. He said, Baba, finances. I said, your car is gone. Everybody is a tither. You either tithe to God or you tithe to the devil. But that money must exit. I said, see, you don't understand this thing. Because he told me the second day we landed, when he heard the first message, I said, that this savings thing, Baba, I need to see. I find it difficult to save. Savings hear me more save. So I already knew I could connect it. I say, it's not tithing. This is the second reason. It will be difficult to save when you are not a tither. Difficult. So many of you don't understand the connection. You don't. Because let me tell you the connection. Every time you tithe or you give, it's as if you are losing money. You are releasing money into something that is like the money don't go. If you are able to develop that culture and discipline of letting go consistently, when it's time to save, it's the same grace. To let go of the money and move away to do other things, and the money will start growing. Whatever you cannot walk away from, you have not conquered. So if you cannot conquer 10%, forget prosperity. Don't let anybody deceive you. Forget it. Because you will gather the money in a bank as a savings. You will see one shoe, you will buy it. You will gather the money, they will say they are doing a show, you will buy. You will gather for 6 months, spend it in 6 minutes on an impulsive purchase, and regret it 6 hours later. This is the reality of life. It's the reality. Savings and what? Investment. So savings is setting money aside for a purpose. Investment is what? Sending money on assignment for a return. So I told him, I said, if you had said you are a tither, we would have had the covenant to activate. I said, but since you are not a tither, we can't go into that area. So let's go to the second dimension. It's called the mercy of God. I said, I'm going to give you 1 million naira to support your pursuit. So look for money, join them, whatever car you can buy. That's all I can do, because even me, to give you money, you will be a Jonah. If I carry my covenant money, give you, it's a Jonah. I don't give money to Jonah, but there is a mercy. We can go through the door of mercy. I say, take. So I say, take 1 million. That's all I can do for you. Hello? Investment. Savings is what? Sending money aside for a purpose. What's investment? Investment is sending money on assignment for a return. You are sending money on assignment for a return. So instead of you working for money, the money is now working for you. Let's move on. There are many of them. The waste principle. I think I shared with you the guidelines to wise spending, right? Yeah, I think I stopped at a point 4 or 5 weeks ago to line that up for you. Can you remember? Okay. And I told you that I'm going to just mention it, that you can go to the YouTube and watch it, so it's there. So you see, waste. Whenever we talk about poverty, you know, I've studied poverty to PhD level, global level. Poverty is a spirit, poverty is a mindset, poverty is an habit, poverty is a lifestyle, poverty is a state. But there's what we call poverty trinity. It's the trinity of poverty. That's what poverty uses to execute its plan. Now, the poverty trinity is called the spirit of the devourer, the spirit of the waster, and the spirit of the emptier. So it's devourer, waster, emptier. is the trinity of poverty. That's what the spirit of poverty uses to execute his plan in the life of people. So many of you only know about devourer, because the Bible says, I will rebuke the devourer for your sake. No, there is also a spirit of waste. When you start wasting things, it's the same spirit. Oh, it will start by you wasting food, then wasting time, then wasting privilege, then wasting resources. But the end product is that he wants to waste your life. Oh, it's your life he's going for, but it will not start with life. It will start with you living alone, yet cooking a derica of rice when you know you don't have fridge. And you are in abandoned. You are not even in Bande. You are in abandoned or bandwagon. So there is no light to warm the food. You don't even have gas. But you will cook one derica. Instead of it to just cook 2 thin, eat and close mouth. You will now cook one derica of beans or cook one derica of rice. It will now be there. You will now go out. By the time you come the next day, it don't sour. The spirit has started working your life. Oh, it's a spirit of waste. So you start wasting food. Then you waste time. Oh, let me quickly powder my nose. Let me quickly do makeup. That's why many of you come late to church without shame. You are shameless. You have an appointment with the God that created you, and you came late and you don't know you should be running. Something is wrong with you. But if a governor calls you, you go and sit down there 3 hours waiting. High level of dishonor. Hello? High level of what? Dishonor. So, before you know, you'll be wasting time. I will do it tomorrow. And later, you'll be procrastinating. It's the spirit. It has started work. Then, you start wasting privilege. Somebody gives you an opportunity. They give you a leeway. You abuse them. Until they start closing the door against you one by one. Shutting you out because people are saying, this person is taking things for granted. Then, wasting resources. Buying things you don't need. I can guarantee you, almost everybody that is operating the spirit of waste, if you go to your house now and go room to room, wardrobe to wardrobe, shelf to shelf, you will see a lot of things that has been there for more than a year that you have not used. It's a spirit. It's already in your house. It's a spirit of waste. When we say welfare, bring clothes for the less privileged, it is the one that is dead you will bring. The good clothes that you have not worn, any clothes you have not worn for 1 year. Empty your wardrobe, sow it as a seed. Make room for the Holy Ghost to fill your life up. But you see a lot of things, even many of you, food will be there until it expires. You will now be checking expiry date, and there are people suffering. And you are wasting food. It's the same spirit. Then at the end of the day, you start wasting money. Hello? The party they did not invite you, that you only heard from grapevine, you will now order Uber to go and get crash and look for a color close to the Ashwebi. And go and buy a cloth of 70,000. This is what people are doing, my people. It's a spirit. It's not normal. There is a spirit of poverty that is already at work in your life that wants to finish you. At the end of the day, you will not be frustrated. You will not waste your life. You will not commit suicide or die. It's your life is after all. But we start from that. So whenever you are coming late to church, the fixed meeting, you show up anytime you like. Is that spirit? Don't let anybody tell you, God understands. God does not understand. No. Even if God understands, the devil does not understand. He will use it against you as an accuser of the brethren. So this is your late coming spirit. You better let it die with last year. 7 a.m. You are in church. If you are a worker or a minister, 7 a.m., 1 hour before the service. If you are a church member, 15 minutes before every service, you are seated. Worship is going on. You are preparing your spirit for God. But they will be strolling in. After service has started, you are keeping God waiting. You will not say, oh Lord, answer me early. How? You answer him early. What you sow is what you reap. These are covenant principles. This is not a lawless kingdom, my people. It's a disciplined kingdom. If you are not disciplined, you are not a disciple. Waste. Read your Bible. John 6, I believe. Thousands of people were fed. And he said they should gather the fragments so that nothing should be wasted. And how many did they gather? 12 baskets. Listen to me. There are people whose career is to go to dunghill to pick things. And people are millionaires and billionaires in recycle business and picking waste of other people. So what you wasted, somebody turned waste to wealth. Hello? Next, the copycat principle. Copy too much. Copy too much. Copy too much. The copycat principle states that whatever you pioneer or whatever you initiate, in 6 months, other people will start doing it. 6 months. So many of us, that principle has turned us to copy. Look, they will come and tell you that, oh, they don't wear this kind of suit anymore. It's now 1 button they are wearing. They are not wearing 5 buttons anymore. 11 years later, 15 years later, they will go back to where they say they are not wearing. The one they say they are not wearing anymore, we will now go back there. You don't throw away your own. Hello? Why? Because you are copying. You are copying. Sometimes, I am not against, it's your life, oh. But sometimes when I see people following a trend, I feel somehow, are you all right? This thing will come and go now. Like all these eyelashes that women are fixing, I don't understand it. It's not a problem, it's your life, oh. I just don't understand. You were okay until somebody started this thing. And now you are not okay until your eye is doing like this. I don't understand. Are you people okay? Is it okay? You are seeing where? It's not a problem. Oh, your husband may love it. No problem. It's your life. I'm a pastor. That's not my business. It's your life. But I'm just asking. You fix everything. Even to press phone, you now see them doing like this. They can't even dial number. And I'll be looking at some people. Wow, right. Yeah. Something is wrong with you. Is this a life? What is all this stress? Then when the trend go now, you change again. Another one come. I don't understand. Those copycat principle. They say, no, that one is not raining. This is the one that is raining now. Who decides what rains? Who are the people that sits down to decide this thing? They are designing product to collect more money from your pocket and keep you in that cycle. Next. The 20-40-60 principle. I think we'll stop here. 20-40-60 principle and we stop. What's the 20-40-60 principle? The 20-40-60 principle states that when you are in your 20s and in your 30s, most of your choices and decisions are based on what people say, how will people feel. It's based on other people's opinion. You're always interested in being approved. It's called approval addiction. You want people to believe that you are happening. You want people to believe that you are ready, you are compliant. But by the time you get to your 40s and your 50s, you have lived enough that if at 40 you are a fool at 40, or life begins at 40, you will tell yourself, I beg, anything anybody will talk, make them talk. Because you have lived enough to now know that your life is your life. Because if you have followed what people say, and by 40, you have nothing to show for it. Like the prodigal son, you will speak to yourself now. You will come back to your senses. But guess what? This principle now says that by the time you are now in your 60s, you will now realize that nobody was saying anything in the first place. You will now realize that all that time you were thinking people were, nobody was even interested. You are not a breaking news. It is you that was just putting yourself on the run, under unnecessary pressure. People are too busy with their life that your life is not a breaking news. You are not an headline. Do you know how many times you have done air, thinking people will comment, and nobody said anything? Do you know how many times you have bought shoe, thinking people will comment, and nobody said anything? That you are the one that will not say, I didn't say anything about my shoe. You buy shoe. Eh. I thought it's the old one. Oh. It looks like the former. You have 3 of these already. He said, no, can't you say that this one has bow? It's you that is saying bow. Married women, one of the things that they don't understand is that a married woman will leave the house. Tell the husband, honey, darling, or whatever name you call yourself, or my dear, and say, I'm going to the saloon. Oh. So the woman told him, I'm going to saloon. 2 or 3 hours later, she shows up, and the man is not saying anything. The man did, how was your hair? Nothing. And she will not be angry. Hey, you didn't even say anything about my hair. That's somebody you told you were going to salon 2 hours ago. You are not a breaking news. The guy's head is full of plenty things. You went to salon, you came back. So, say, oh, these African men, they are not romantic. When we go to the saloon, do you say something? Don't we barb our hair? Have you come back to say, this your hair is good? It's only your own we should be commenting. We'll continue next Sunday. Bow down your heads and pray this simple prayer. Lord, give me wisdom to manage my life well. Open your mouth. Lord, give me wisdom to manage my life well.